15. That's how many people on this planet will ever own this car. Not 15,000, not 1,500, 15 human beings. Every single one of them handpicked by Lamborghini before this car was ever shown to the public. This is the phenomenal Roadster. It was revealed yesterday at Imola. It has 1,080 horsepower. It does 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds and has a top speed of over 300 kilometers an hour, over 210 miles an hour. It does all of this with no roof. Let's get into it. You need to understand what this actually is, because calling it a limited edition is an insult to the engineering involved. Lamborghini has a program called Few Off, not limited edition, Few Off. It started in 2007 with Reventon, then the Veneno, the Centenario, the Sion, cars built in numbers so small they almost don't exist commercially, reserved only for Lamborghini's most loyal collectors, sold before the public ever sees them. The Phenomenal Coupe came out at Pebble Beach last year, 29 units, around $3.5 million each, gone before the reveal was over. The Roadster is the open-top version, half the production run with only 15 cars, revealed just yesterday. The name means phenomenal in both Italian and Spanish. Lamborghini named it after a concept, not a bull. Something so extraordinary it sits outside normal categories. That's the brief of the phenomenal. Now let's talk about the color. It comes with blue Cepheus over Rosso Mars, blue upper body, red lower accents. A tribute to the 1968 Miura Roadster, which was one of the first open-top Lamborghinis ever built. Blue and red also happen to be the colors of Bologna, the city where every Lamborghini is made. Nothing on this car is accidental. The silhouette sits impossibly low, the windshield is nearly flat, almost horizontal, and built into its frame is an ultralight carbon fiber wing embossed with the phenomenal Roadster logo. That wing isn't decoration. It directs airflow over the cockpit and into the engine bay. Every surface on this car is working. The hexagon runs through everything: headlights, taillights, exhaust outlets, air intakes, the engine cover, interior vents, digital displays. It's the visual DNA of the phenomenon and is completely consistent from every angle. Behind the headrests, we have speedster humps. They look like drama. They're actually housed in the rollover protection system, carbon fiber structures integrated as flush and flat as possible into the body to minimize aerodynamic disruption at 340 kilometers an hour. The engineering problem of protecting two people's lives at that speed with no roof while keeping the car aerodynamically clean is solved inside those humps. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part: the engine. 6.5 liters, naturally aspirated, no turbos. The V12 alone produces 835 horsepower at 9,250 rpm, with a specific output of 128 horsepower per liter, an all-time record for any Lamborghini engine. In a world where almost every performance manufacturer has gone to forced induction, Lamborghini is extracting 128 horsepower per liter from a naturally aspirated V12, revving past 9,000 rpm. The sound this engine makes at that rev range is something no turbocharged engine can ever replicate. Then add the electrification. It's got three electric motors, two at the front axle for torque vectoring, one above the 8-speed dual-clutch gearbox, a 7 kilowatt hour lithium-ion battery with a combined output of 1,080 horsepower. It does 0 to 100 in 2.4 seconds, 0 to 200 in only 6.8 seconds, and a top speed of 340 kilometers an hour, 210 miles an hour, with no roof above your head. This is the first open-top super sports car in the world with a V12 hybrid powertrain, not just from Lamborghini, from anyone. Removing a roof from a high-performance car creates two problems simultaneously. You lose torsional stiffness, the resistance to twisting under load, and you lose the aerodynamic package that was designed around a fixed roof structure. Lamborghini solved both problems. The chassis is full carbon fiber mono fuselage, aerospace inspired, shared with the Revuelto but re-engineered for open-top use. The front structure uses forged composite, long and short carbon fibers combined with a patented fluid mixture that produces exceptional rigidity with minimal weight. Lamborghini holds patents on this material. The result? You get essentially the same stiffness as the coupe with only a few kilograms of additional weight. That is a remarkable engineering achievement. On the aero side, the coupe uses a roof scoop to direct cooling air to the V12. No roof, no scoop. Lamborghini redesigned the entire upper aerodynamic package. The windshield spoiler directs air over the cockpit and into hexagonal intakes on the engine cover. The rollover protection structures behind the seats are shaped specifically to minimize turbulence as air passes over them at speed. The underbody, the diffuser, and the active rear wing were all calibrated. Lamborghini claims it gets identical downforce, stability, and aerodynamic balance to the coupe. Same numbers, completely different body. This is not a phenomenon with the roof removed. The aero package was actually rebuilt from scratch. Suspension wise, it gets manually adjustable racing shock absorbers, not electronic, not adaptive. You set them by hand before you drive, ride height, damping, spring preload, based on whether you're on road or track. It gets GT3 car setup on a street legal machine. Brakes wise, it gets CCM-R Plus carbon ceramics developed from motorsport technology designed for use with organic racing pads. It gets custom Bridgestone Potenza tires developed specifically for this car on 21 and 22-inch wheels. 15 cars all already spoken for. Most of us will never sit in one. But here's what I find fascinating about the few-off program beyond the exclusivity. Every one of these cars teaches Lamborghini something. The Sion's hybrid tech became the Revuelto. The forged composite material debuted here before reaching production cars. What they learned building 15 phenomenal roadsters about open aerodynamics, at 340 kilometers an hour top speed, about carbon chassis rigidity without weight penalty, about V12 hybrid torque delivery that doesn't disappear when the car is delivered. It becomes the next Lamborghini you and I might actually get to drive. The phenomenal Roadster is not just the most powerful open-top Lamborghini ever built. It's an argument made in carbon fiber and V12 displacement that the supercar still means something in 2026.